In this Surge 2 guide, I'm going to be showing you my Elemental Archangel build that's all about stunning enemies via electro damage while blasting them with nano damage. In the Surge 2, there are many opportunities for builds of all shapes and sizes because of the addition of partial set bonuses and by the increase in amount of variety of implants there are. Note that this build shown was captured in NG+. The Elemental Archangel build uses electro damage to stun enemies through repeated strikes while simultaneously hitting them for nano damage, ripping off chunks of their health. Many enemies in the game are extremely dangerous, but can be rendered virtually harmless via this build, and it is a very aggressive one. This build excels because it has a little something for everyone, and even enemies that are immune to nano affliction can still be stunned. The weapon you use for this build isn't important as long as it has electro damage on it. This is a must because you cannot trigger the effect without it. Weapons that have electro damage on them are somewhat limited, but I highly recommend a spear or a staff for the AoE damage, allowing you to stun and nano affliction many enemies at once. The Volatile Spectre is also a good choice because it does insane electro damage, but it does drain your stamina rather quickly. The following is a list of weapons with electro damage. The two sets that you want to use for this build are the Chrysalis set and the Archangel set. The Chrysalis set should be the first one you acquire and will add nano damage to your attacks, allowing you to inflict nano affliction doing substantial damage. The Archangel set will be obtained near the end of the game and will increase both your electro and nano damage. These two sets are the best combination for this setup, though you can use the Spark Galvanizer set if you use a nano damage weapon instead, though it's not as effective. I like to use a headpiece that has 0 core power cost to facilitate more implants and also counts as a bonus to both sets, allowing you to use any chest piece you wish. This means you can use one that reduces stamina cost or uses less core power, so that you can move your implants around a bit more easily. The Archangel's body plate is a solid chest piece though, so there's no shame in using it. There are many good implants for this build and you won't be able to use them all for some time. You'll definitely want to equip the Entropic Dissolver and the Elemental Intensifier, however. The Entropic Dissolver boosts nano damage by 30%, which is substantial. The Elemental Intensifier does the same thing but for all elemental damage at the cost of minus 20% physical damage. This is a fair trade-off here because getting the nano affliction and stun are key to this build, and you need to do a ton of elemental damage to build these quickly. The other implants I use are very aggressive and reward an offensive style of play. Directional Block Analyzer. This implant shows you the direction of enemy attacks, and you need this to even have much of a chance against bosses. Energetic Speed Intensifier. Increases attack speed with a few weapon types, namely spears. Auto Healing Dynamo. Gives energy and health when you fill a battery. Energy Dynamo increases energy from attacks. Battery Analyzer increases stamina recovery when filling a battery. This one is great because you tend to chew through a lot of stamina when you're attacking away. Medivoltaic Injector, your go-to heal for this build. You're going to be using it a lot because you will take hits when you're spamming attacks. Aggression Amplifier gives you a reason to execute besides loot and allows you to clear a battery, which can be sometimes hard to do with this build because you tend to fill up energy quickly. Final tips. Make sure to use your batteries. They will fill quickly with this build, and battery efficiency will help give you a buffer until you are full by increasing the number of batteries you can fill, so spend points here. Do things like executions and use your injectable as much as you can, so that you can still fill more batteries. Just make sure to keep 3 filled if you can if you're using Energetic Speed Intensifier. There are many implants that increase your damage against certain enemy types but decrease it versus others. Be sure to equip the one that applies to the area you're in, as enemies in an area are generally the same type. Switch is necessary and don't gimp your damage. This is particularly good against bosses since you know what you'll be facing. Lastly, this build is a stamina hog, so consider using the Super Oxygenating Injection implant if you find you aren't taking too much damage. It will allow you to keep on swinging when you should be out of stamina, and it's a great way to use up batteries so that you can keep getting buffs from filling them up. Be sure to check out our Surge 2 builds, and don't forget to have a look at our Getting Started guide if you're just beginning the game.